Hey, so I'm at home with my daughter right now because she's not feeling too well. And I just realized that with the Rode Wireless Go, if you've noticed that your sound isn't that great, you probably have the dB too high. So you probably only have it like a -3, -6, -9. Here's something that I learned in post-production. So to give you a little bit of context, right now I'm at -30 dB and it still is picking up my voice like into the yellow, which is usually between -6, -3 dB, or I should say -9 to -6 dB. And I think it's because of the placement, because this is like right up next to my throat. So there's like a lot of vibrational volume, I think, coming from that. So even though this is not like the most ergonomic sort of setup, and the mic isn't even pointed towards me, if I was to look at my dB right now, I'm gonna have to turn to look at it. So looking at my volume now, it's actually perfectly right below yellow, and the microphone isn't even pointing towards me. So these microphones are very sensitive, which I think is a really good thing. I'd rather a microphone be overly sensitive and then be able to change the sensitivity of it in the microphone than it be not sensitive enough and constantly worry about whether or not your voice is being picked up. So what I recommend that you do is set it to, depending on how close it is to your face, the closer it is to your throat, the lower the dB. Again, for example, I was at -30 dB and it was still getting into the yellow. So the first thing I would recommend is place the microphone further away from your mouth than you probably think it needs to be. So honestly, like clipping it at your chest or getting a lavalier microphone that you can plug into this and then you could clip to your chest would be a good idea. And then the other thing is set it to anywhere between -12 to -30 dB, depending on testing it out. So everyone's voice is gonna be different. The acoustics in the room are gonna be different for you. So test a couple of different dBs out, and then depending on where you are and what environment you're in, make sure you set it to always be lower than you think it needs to be, because if it's getting right to the yellow, that's perfect, because in post-production you can just amplify the sound and fix it that way. But it's very difficult to fix peaking volumes. In fact, it's nearly impossible to completely recover a volume that is peaking. So I much rather you record at a very low level and then in post-production amplify it to make it sound better. That's my quick little tip with using the Rode Wireless Go 2. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if this fixed the Wireless Go problem that you've been having that I've seen a lot of other people have, let me know in the comment section.